The world watches and listens today as the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series begins a new season of racing, as we have for the last 55 years at Daytona Beach, Florida, with a 56th running of the Daytona 500. No matter what a driver and team in this sport have accomplished, one of the biggest goals is winning this race, even for drivers who have won this race before. Winning another Daytona 500 is always the goal.
You're going to hear words all afternoon like side drafting and closing rate and blocking. It's part of how these drivers and their crews will try and win the 56th running of the Great American Race. Let's head trackside once again for the command.
And now for the most famous words in motorsports, from Marvel's upcoming film Captain America: The Winter Soldier, in theaters April 4th, please welcome your Grand Marshal, Chris Evans.
Drivers, start your engines!
Dale, you got a copy, buddy? 4. Day, man. Good luck today. Have a good race, safe race. 10-4, thank you. All right, everybody. Y'all just be careful on pit road. Got a long race here, a lot of pit stops. Like having, so we'll just take care of it. Have a shot at the end, just like we've been doing the last several years, and hopefully we'll get it done today. Thank you for the car. And we've got a long year. Looking forward to it. 10-4, buddy. That's the deal. That's the deal. That's a fun 2 weeks down here. Just take care of it all day long. Be around at the end, just like you said. We'll make some good decisions in here, make some good decisions out there. Give it a run at the finish. CJ, if you start seeing guys behind us, you know, bailing to the top, we'll just try to, you know, if it looks like that's what they're going to do, we'll just try to find a hole there and wait till the racing starts. Yeah, 10-4, man. I'll try to listen to everything going on. We'll try to keep our track position as best we can here. We'll give you a shot.
Here we go with the Daytona 500.
Oh, baby, anticipation, anticipation. Green flag is in the air. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, guys.
As they come to full speed in the 3,000-foot backstretch, pole sitter Austin Dillon in the number 3 had choice of lane. He chose the outside. That brought Matt Kenseth to him as they form up double file and hit the banking in 3. 3 wide, Marcus Ambrose in the middle, back at 10th place.
You see Matt Kenseth in that 20 car, though, on the inside. He's been one of the drivers that's been able to pull a line on the bottom of the racetrack all weekend long.
And the 3 car leads the first lap in the Daytona 500. How exciting.
Coming up the middle, Brian Vickers, 55, along with Kyle Busch in the 18. And at the point, Denny Hamlin puts his Toyota in front of Dillon's Chevrolet. Here comes the 24 of Jeff Gordon on the outside with Kurt Busch in tow.
Yeah, I believe when that 11 car Larry gets in front, what we've seen down here, that might be bad news for these other guys. That car has been so fast, and particularly when it's out front.
You talked about him being undefeated in Speed Weeks. Remember, he won the last race of the year in 2013 at Homestead Miami Speedway.
Casey Kane, the 5, now the man in the middle. 2 distinct rows, and the 20, that yellow and black Toyota of Kenseth up in front of Kane now, as he and Trevor Bayne try to make something happen through the center lane. Jeff Gordon picks up Kenseth, moving in front of him to become the lead car in that inside draft. And Kyle Larson's in the wall for the second time.
Yeah, he got in it down here in turns 1 and 2, Mike, and I didn't think there was any damage to the car, maybe a little cosmetic, but he's in it again.
This is 1 lap ago, Darrell. Watch the 42.
Yeah, he just kind of kissed it right there, and I thought he's okay, but might be having a tire going down.
And this is what just happened up in turn 3, and Larson has made it to pit road. Heavy damage right front. Surprisingly, in these first 3 laps, the field has split into 3 distinct packs.
Yeah, Mike, that group back there with Tony Stewart, Danica Patrick, and some of them, they have just kind of like formed up their own little group back here, anticipating, I think, maybe this start was going to be a little more chaotic than it was.
I tell you, one driver we better keep an eye on is Kyle Busch in that 18 car. Kyle Busch started back in the 33rd position, and he's already cracked the top 10 and 8th in just 4 laps.
Larry, the draft is so huge. This car this year is punching a little bigger hole in the air, and when you're way back like that, you get the advantage of the draft off to all the cars. And of course, we know how Kyle is. He can kick his way through traffic about as good as anybody I've ever seen, and he's done it again today.
Rookie Kyle Larson lost a lap with that pit stop and repair. 26 cars in the lead pack, then a long gap, about 4 seconds to Joey Logano, but 4 cars are about to reach him. So here's the lead 25 off turn 4 and back to the start finish line to complete the 5th lap. And our pole sitter, Austin Dillon, he's drifted back to about 15th spot.
He's just not getting any help on that inside line. We've seen all week long, for the inside line to work, it takes an organized group of drivers to be able to pull up toward the front.
Right now, Mike, it's kind of like taking off in an airplane. You know, the strike off of this race, you take off, you got to keep your seatbelt on, your tray tables all put up. But after we get squared away here a little bit, these guys will get their legs under them, they'll start making some moves.
Just don't ring that call button.
No, don't get out of your seat.
At the stripe, Hamlin uses the high side and that wide radius to retake the lead, at least for a moment. And on the in-car radio, Martin Truex said it just blew up.
Well, that's his backup car, and of course they had to
get something at the bottom or something to feel like.
We saw
yeah, it's big. It blew up, and I looked and had no oil pressure right away. So
NASCAR has observers around the racetrack atop those Sunoco diamonds on the outside of each corner, and they relayed fluid on the racetrack. So as Truex coasts into the garage, caution waves for the 2nd time. Now let's go back to the first caution flag and the run onto pit road that Larry predicted. Some cars would be going out as others were coming in. Watch the yellow car of Matt Kenseth, the red and white one of Trevor Bayne. Was there contact there? Because Kenseth goes right around and then forward into his pit stall.
Boy, he was sure way out on pit road to be that close of to his pit box.
Well, it's a good thing he was, because look, I mean, he just basically spins you right into the box.
We'll explain that in a moment, but first, watch the 9 of Marcus Ambrose and the 10 of Danica Patrick.
Yeah, the problem, Marcus Ambrose in that 9 was running 6, did fuel only. Danica Patrick was running 31st. This is what I was talking about. Ambrose is leaving, and Danica Patrick, you're riding with her here, she's not even made it to her pit box yet.
And Larry, remember something. This is the first time since we've been down here that all cars are on pit road at one time. We've had the field divided with the unlimited races and the sprint race, but this is the first time all cars have been on pit road. That's the first time right there.
Greg Biffle got the free pass on the first caution, and on this one it'll be Kyle Larson. Here is Matt Kenseth, who told his crew he could not find his pit sign. So once he did, he hit the brakes hard. That locked the rear brake and spun. It was his mistake.
That's what it looked like to me, like he just had too much rear brake in the thing, and when he got on him real hard, the thing just spun around. I'm not sure that Trevor Bayne in the 21 had anything to do with it.
But that makes a lot more sense that he was still that far out toward the edge of pit road, that close to his pit box. I think since it's only been 5 laps since the restart, I think we'll see strategy all over the place again, with possibly drivers staying out, some coming in taking tires, some doing fuel only.
And oh, by the way, that pit stall that the 20 car has, Matt Kenseth's, that's my favorite pit stall. It's right there at the opening. It used to lead to Victory Circle, but that pit stall, thank goodness for him, there was an opening. He was able to spin right into the box.
Marcus Ambrose is the first of the takers on pit road. He might have had a little damage in that bump with Patrick.
There you go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gas only here. Get the adjustment. Just hold up now. Hold up. 13's going to come around. All right, now you're clear. Let the 13, you're all clear. The 16, you're clear. Clear, clear. No pressure, 4,600. All right there. There you go. We'll blend it to roll course. Starting to get sprinkles up here right now. Yeah, I figured it was going to. The rain was about on us. That's why we pitted. All right, let's cover it all up, guys. Cover it all up. Rain's going to be here. It's going to rain, I think, pretty good here for a minute. Going to come down pit road. Yeah, they're went the track real quick. Yeah, they were up my pants. Should have brought my umbrella up there.
At 38 laps, the race has been red flagged temporarily due to a rain shower that was not unexpected this afternoon.
I'll let you know if you can get out there. Getting out. It's going to be a few minutes. Definitely going to be at least a few. It's humid as hell in here, sitting here. Yeah, it's pretty humid up here.
In our meeting with NASCAR this morning, they said, well, we expect we may have to get this race in fits and starts a little bit at a time.
Bad lightning right off behind the front stretch here, Stevie. Just let you guys know, like 2 miles away. Yep, that's the red. We're good down here, buddy. Why don't you get off the roof? Head that way.
Kyle Busch, Toyota. Casey Kane, Chevrolet. Denny Hamlin, Toyota, are your top three. The Daytona 500 resumes under green as they come to the line on a dry racetrack after a 6-hour rain delay. Kyle Busch approaches the restart zone, and he and Casey Kane are on it. Green flag.
Yeah, let's go racing.
Three Gibbs Toyotas at the top four as Hamlin pulls alongside his teammate Kyle Busch in the yellow car.
Yeah, well, let's just ride along, take it easy for a little while. What do you say, Larry?
I don't think that's going to be the.
I don't think so. Let's just get real. 3 wide. Let's go. Let's get it done.
Cole Witt in that 26 car, Marcus Ambro in the 9, making it 3 wide in the back in the middle of the pack.
And on a green racetrack, scrubbed clean of rubber by the rain, they're finding out now at 195 miles an hour how these cars handle differently than they did this afternoon.
That's exactly what I expected. The track is, I mean, you can run anywhere you want to right now. Your tires are good. The track is cold. It's got a lot of grip, and you feel very confident. Man, you're going to see some racing. I tell you, you're going to see them get it on right now.
It's cooled off, and you said the engines will make more power. The cars will handle better. Will the drivers be braver?
Well, I'm already seeing that.
Brad Keselowski, the 2012 Series champion in that white number 2 Ford. Car owner Roger Penske celebrated a birthday this week. Keselowski would like to give him that Harley Earl trophy for the 2nd time as a present.
Man, one of the hardest things, and it makes me so nervous, is when they come through here 3 wide, through this travel, low banking, 18 degrees, running 200 mile an hour through here side by side. That's a handful.
Casey Kane in that 5, getting a little bit of help from Paul Menard in the 27. Seems like right now he's making that bottom groove work.
Larry, nobody's going anywhere for a while. We have ourselves a wad.
Yes, we do.
2 Toyotas in the top lane, 2 Chevrolets on the bottom. Fighting for the lead in the Daytona 500 back under green. Completing 50 laps, 125 miles this time by.
Casey Mears in that 13 car, he had quite a little line assembled at the top. Brian Vickers in the 55 shut the door on them as they were coming through turn 4.
The margin of error when you're running 3 wide like this is so small. If somebody moves over a little bit or wiggles a little bit, that's when you have a problem. And the degree of difficulty, it's as high as it's going to get right now.
Looking at Keselowski in the middle, and that's where Kyle Busch is right now, because Casey Kane down to the bottom with the 27 of Paul Menard is gunning for the lead.
Well, here comes Keselowski into 2, right up behind Kyle Busch in the 18. They're going to try to make that middle work. There's Denny Hamlin, Kyle's teammate.
That is 3 wide, 6 rows deep.
At 195 miles an hour. Folks, I hope you stayed up and you're ready for some exciting action here at Daytona, because we have got it.
We have 25 drivers running in less than a second of each other right there in that pack coming at you.
We just couldn't do this earlier today. The track didn't have the grip in it. The track was slick. The cars were sliding around. The guys knew they had to be careful. Now they've got all the grip they need. They can do anything they want to with this race car.
Some drivers have chosen to hang out at the back of the pack, and the tension that's evident up here near the front shows you why.
Well, the spotters, you know, the drivers are busy, but the spotters are busier because they're trying to talk their guy through this mess. And they've got to be on their games. They got to be eyes and ears watching what's going on.
Not really tight on them in front of you yet. Still half off them there. Still lined up outside the 3 wide in your mirror. 3 wide in your mirror back there.
And what I love about my driver buddies, they make this look so easy. Nothing to it. We're 3 wide. We're 195, 200 mile an hour. Yeah, nothing to it, folks. These guys right now are about as tight as you're going to get all night long.
2 by 2. 2 Toyotas on the outside, 2 Chevys on the bottom. It's just like Noah's Ark, except Brad Keselowski in that white Ford number 2 right in the middle.
Yeah, Noah would have gotten there a little quicker if he'd been in one of these arcs, I might say.
It's like it's the first time all week long we're not seeing as Denny Hamlin in the 11 goes all the way from the top to the bottom of the racetrack.
What a move. Elevator drop. Hamlin down to the bottom, sweeps up high, picks up Kyle Busch again. He was trying to break the draft of those other 2 lanes.
He's trying to break out of the bubble. That big bubble of air, he's trying to bust out of there, and he can get his teammate Kyle Busch to push him. He might be able to get out of there and get out in the front.
But Darrell, you said it before we went back racing. This racetrack, it's given these drivers confidence. That's what allowed him to make that move right there.
They are happy with their cars right now. I'm sure that they're just talking about, you know, where am I, who am I running with, and what's going on the racetrack, not even talking about handling issues.
Lined up outside, a whole bunch of them here.
How about that silver car? Number 32, Terry Labonte, 2-time Sprint Cup champion, has said after Thursday's qualifying race, this will be his final Daytona 500. He is tied with Richard Petty for second on the all-time list with 32 starts. Dave Marcus has been in 33 500s.
Well, he just motored by one of his former teammates there, Jeff Gordon. Terry used to drive for Hendrick Motorsports, and Terry's giving that old 32 car a freaky start. A pretty good ride tonight.
7th place.
But that's the unpredictability of the Daytona 500. We have said it. If your car will crank when they say, ladies and gentlemen, start your engines, you can be in position to win this race.
Seems like a long time ago we said, as Kevin Harvick, who you're riding with, has just laid down the fastest lap of the race. At the top of the day, we said 43 drivers woke up this morning in Daytona Beach with the same thought. I can win the Daytona 500. Terry Labonte among them, running in the top 10 at 54 laps as you ride with Kevin Harvick.
I think our guys are pretty good at prognosticating about who's going to be good, because we know the 11, the 18 are good, the Gibbs cars. Michael kept talking about the Keselowski in the 2 car. He had run with him a little bit. Michael thought he had a really fast car, and here these guys are all running at the front, along with Brian Vickers in that 55 car.
Yeah, I think all 3 of those drivers in the bottom line, they have had fast race cars all week long. You talked about Brad Keselowski in the 2, Jeff Gordon in the 24, Joey Logano in the 22. Just this man right here, Denny Hamlin, with what he's done this week, has overshadowed all these other drivers.
Oh, the 52 there is falling back. That's Bobby Labonte. He's got something going on, or else he's just trying to get out of there.
Up front, Kyle Busch. Casey Kane in Toyotas, the Ford of Brad Keselowski. Brian Vickers, Jeff Gordon, Joey Logano, Keselowski. Whatever lane was not on point the other lane, he was leading, and he's finally brought this bottom group right to the front of the pack again.
Yeah, that number 2 car, that Miller Lite car, that thing is going somewhere. He's got some speed. He's right there with the Toyotas. And, he's shown that all week. So for Keselowski to hang tough on that inside. Here comes Paul Menard down on the inside in the 27 car. He's got a run going.
And he's got a line of drivers he's bringing with him. He's going to have to pull right up there to Jeff Gordon in that 24.
That's how you know the cars are handling really good, Larry, when you can dive in on the bottom of 3 like that and hold your line. Because normally the cars want to wash up a little bit. That thing stuck right on that yellow line. What you don't want to do is get too comfortable doing this. You got to stay on guard. You can't let your guard down here because, you know, even though cars feel good and it's going good and everybody's racing good, you can't let your guard down. You got to stay on the offense.
The first 25 cars are covered by 1 second. That's the gap from first to 25th.
All right. They're clearing the mirror, coming down to you there. You're clear, you're clear. 43 is not clear. Help's going to be on the bottom. Help's going to be on the bottom. New leader 88.
NASCAR's most popular driver, Dale Earnhardt Jr., won the 500 in 2004. This is his 15th running of the Great American Race, and now he has led in 10 of those 15 tries. Here's the pass on the 99 of Carl Edwards.
And I don't think there's any mistake in it. These guys have been told there could be some weather coming, because I see a lot of intensity. Look at the 18 trying to force in front of the 43 there car of Almirola. I mean, these guys are starting to make some pretty bold moves here. Watch Dale Jr. They're not messing around right now. They're going like it's going to be the last lap. But watch how Junior drives. I love to watch the guy because look where his hands are. He puts his right hand back over here going down the straightaway. Then when he gets to the corner, he usually slides that right hand. Look, slides that right hand right over on top of the left, back to the right.
You know, Darrell and Mike, we have 63 laps to go. With the way that last set of green flag stops went, every driver out there has to make one more stop, and I think every driver can make it on one more stop. And those pit stops should start about lap 158, roughly about 20 laps from now.
Another top contender has fallen by the wayside. Tony Stewart has taken his car to the garage after fuel pressure problems. And the 20 of Matt Kenseth may have had an issue. Matt?
Mike, during his pit stop, we told you from lap 100 on, Kenseth had been complaining about his right rear tire shattering, and he had a hard time holding onto the race car. Now, the good news for Kenseth fans, here in the pit, when they took the tires off, they looked at the right rear. A huge gash. The tires still held air, but the Goodyear engineers looked things over. They think that might be what Kenseth was feeling in his race car, and he hasn't reported anything since. The crew says no news is good news, Steve.
And Kurt Busch in the 41 rather, still running strong, but his crew chief Daniel Knost has told him that he has a quarter panel brace in the right rear quarter panel that's broken and is causing some of that sheet metal in that right rear quarter panel to flap. So they're a little bit concerned about that in the 41 pits of Kurt Busch.
Thanks, Steve. 139 of 200 laps are complete. There's Jamie McMurray's Chevy. Kurt Busch on the outside. A Chevy in front, Dale Jr., and 3 Fast Fords right behind him. Crash out of turn number 4. A multi-car pileup. Eric Almirola, his car all torn up. That is Michael Waltrip, who will not win his 3rd Daytona 500. David Gilliland's car is crashed. Almirola's gone straight to the garage with his number 43. Gilliland stuck in the mud, and Danica Patrick.
And Mike, Danica, she pounded that outside wall head on first.
Let's watch the action coming out of turn number 4. And let's have a look for Eric Almirola on the right side in the 43.
It looked like the 33 car of Brian Scott, something. And watch Danica right there. Man, that was a lick.
wide in front of you.
With Danica
Bottom's the
Patrick.
longest line. Just that 9 outside you, that's all you got out there. Okay, to the bottom. Check up, check up, check. Good job, good job. Back it down, nice and smooth.
Oh my. What an impact. That was, oh.
Patrick hit the wall in an area of that straightaway that is not protected by the safer barrier. That was nearly 200 miles an hour into solid concrete. Here is your leader, Dale Earnhardt Jr. at 147 laps.
Yeah, this whole place is starting to get a little bored. Just a little hint of having to drive it. Yeah, it's M4, buddy. Liking it. Yeah, coming to me. They need a different package of lights for the pace car at night. It's just a little bit overkill. Problems following this thing. M4. But pace car's in.
Greg Biffle took fuel only on that stop. He's our leader in the 3M4. Dale Earnhardt Jr. The National Guard Chevy alongside as they get the green flag. 47 laps to go.
And I think Michael nailed it. I mean, the gloves are off. This is going to be a fight to the end now. I mean, these guys. There's weather. We know that. The race is coming down to the end here. This is when it gets real serious.
It's entirely likely the next flag could end this race. How big a gamble, Larry, not taking tires for Biffle?
I don't think it's a gamble because we've seen racing at night, as Jimmy Finning told Carl Edwards, tires are not wearing, tires are not making a difference. We want to stay up front out of the eye of the storm.
Remember, in the Unlimited, they ran 60 laps and never changed tires. And so I don't think you have to worry about the tires. I think they're pretty good.
Tires versus track position. Both of Tommy Baldwin's cars in the top 10. He got a top 10 finish last year here. Reed Sorensen and Michael Annett, 9th and 10th. But boy, they've got work to do. Biffle, Earnhardt, Johnson, Edwards, Keselowski, the front 5.
Yeah, Michael Annett, Reed Sorensen, they're side by side. You see them back there on the 5th row, just in front of Kyle Busch in that 18.
Well, we see that 4 car, and he must have some damage from that wreck because saw quite a bit of sparks coming out from the side of that car. Looked like it from the back. Jeff Gordon, we haven't talked about him much for a while. Oh, and man, look at Kurt Busch in a 41 car. That quarter panel, that fender brace is definitely creating a parachute on the right side of his car.
Larry mentioned Kyle Busch. He got the free pass on that caution flag for that 12-car pileup. That put him back on the lead lap and right into the thick of things.
Yeah, he's up in the top 10 already, and he just got the free pass. I think that just goes to show you what a great race car he has.
And what an interesting paint job he has on his car. 1 in 100. You know what that means? 1 peanut out of 100 makes it into an M&M. Now, I had to find out from Kyle what it meant because I knew it meant something, and he told me that.
He's on the inside next to his brother as Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Greg Biffle continue to battle for the lead.
See those 2 Joe Gibbs drivers right there side by side. Matt Kenseth in the 20 on the bottom, Denny Hamlin in the 11 up top. They had made their way back in the pack. Now here they come back toward the front.
Tell you what, though, that 88 car is pretty impressive. He's been able to hang up there in the front. Jimmy Johnson looks like he's going to try to get up here and go with Biffle maybe, but even still, Junior's hanging right there, man.
This is a contract year for Greg Biffle with Roush Fenway Racing. Other teams have kind of sniffed a little interest, and wouldn't his stock go up if he could win this 500? Steve.
Mike, interesting note on that 16 car. Crew Chief Matt Pusha told me this morning they built 2 brand new super speedway cars with the hopes of running here in Daytona, but the car Greg's in now actually ran last year. It was just had better numbers in the wind tunnel, and it just had more speed. So a tried and true race car for Greg Biffle.
Greg Biffle is between a rock and a hard place right now because he's got two fast drivers, and he just keeps going back and forth, blocking Jimmy Johnson and Dale Earnhardt Jr. There he goes to the bottom to block Earnhardt.
And, of course, that messes up the draft off his car, which, you know, it'll help Junior a little bit, and then he'll go over and help Jimmy Johnson at 48 a little bit. In the meantime, Junior's trying to side draft. Watch him get over next to the 48, get a little pull there. Here's Carl Edwards. Carl would like to get up in the mix in the 99, and there's Brad Keselowski. So a bunch of Fords up here ganging up on the Chevys right now.
Back behind them, a whole bunch running 3 wide. 43 laps to go in the Daytona 500 after a 6.5-hour rain delay. Since then, we've had just one caution flag, but it was a big one, a 12-car pileup. Greg Biffle, the first of 27 cars on the lead lap. He's one of 19 race leaders, 36 lead changes, just 3 caution flags.
Well, Biffle, you know,
Laurie, Graham.
Yeah, Biffle bragged on his car. Remember qualifying? He was so excited, and he said, man, we finally got speed back in our cars. He's been happy all week with the thing, and here he is, man, out front when it counts.
He's up front, but Darrell, he's looked like 3-lane Wayne up there. Up to the bottom, down to the bottom, up to the top, right up the middle. And now, Dale Earnhardt Jr. pulls right alongside.
Yeah, he wasn't able to get to the bottom quick enough that time because that 88 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. was right there with his teammate, Biffle's teammate, Carl Edwards in the 99 right behind him.
Yeah, Larry, I'm convinced that the last 100 miles or so, that 88 car has been the best car. He's been able to run up front. He's been able to get out front. And right now, he's alongside of Biffle. Edwards there behind him gives him a little shot. They probably will be able to clear Biffle and take the lead. That is some tight drafting right there amongst that front 10 or 15. Look how tight they are. 2 by 2, just all over each other. And back behind them, here's some 3 wide racing going on.
There just isn't room on Noah's Ark for all this. 3 by 3.
There you go. Big shove here. You're clear. You're clear. You're clear. Side by side in your mirror. No runs. Work your lanes. No runs.
40 laps to go. 100 miles left in the Daytona 500. Let's go back to the garage and Krista.
Danica Patrick has walked out of the care center. Danica, was that the hardest hit you've ever taken, and how do you feel right now?
I don't know. It feels like they're all pretty hard, unfortunately. I think more than anything, I'm just upset that the GoDaddy car felt really good. It was the best car I'd had all speed weeks, and seemed like we could catch whoever, and seemed like we could move around and make lanes, help lanes out, and move around and move forward at the end of the day. And so I felt like everything was going pretty well. So it's just upsetting, you know. I think that it's a sort of culmination of sitting around all day, and you know, so it's a bummer, but it's, you know, that's kind of the excitement of speedway racing, is that anything can happen. And it was unfortunate that I was on the short end of the accident, but that's the kind of thing that happens. And you know, I appreciate everyone sticking around and watching, and we'll go get them at Phoenix.
Glad you're okay. Thanks, Danica.
Thanks, Krista. Dale Earnhardt.
Whoa, here we go.
Big crash again. Turn 4. It's Calamity Corner. There's rookie Reed Sorensen sliding down off the banking. Big damage to the Ford of Marcus Ambrose, number 9. And caution waves with 38 laps to go.
Marcus Ambrose with a bunch of damage there. The 7 car. Something seemed, somebody broke loose in the pack. I couldn't tell if there was contact.
Rookie Michael Annett, heavy damage.
39 laps to go. This an 8-car wreck. Austin Dillon, the return of the 3-car at the Daytona 500. And Kyle Larson, one of the rookies involved as well, shaking up the field. Let's check in with Chris Devoto, who's with one of the rookies.
Yeah, highly touted rookie Kyle Larson. You were able to see that replay there. You kind of shook your head. Is what you saw happen on the monitor what you felt happen in the car?
Yeah, it's just kind of a long day. I got in the wall lap 1 and then blew the right rear and spun out. So we had a rough start from the go of it, but just kind of rode around the whole race there and finally got into lucky dog position. So we were racing pretty hard there, and I just holding the middle line, and I don't know if Austin got loose and shuffled up track and got into me and turned us sideways, but really long day. So can't wait to get to Phoenix and try and do better. Been in Daytona a lot, so it sucks to end it like this. But like I said, we'll go to Phoenix and try and rebound it and get some momentum built up.
Thanks, Kyle. Mike might make this rookie battle even more intense.
Certainly. Thanks, Krista. The top 15 did not stop under this caution. Chad Knaus, crew chief for Jimmy Johnson, the defending champion of both the Sprint Cup Series and the Daytona 500. His driver in 4th place right now, behind Dale Earnhardt Jr., Greg Biffle, and Carl Edwards.
All right, buddy. So basically, you got 2 Roush cars behind you. So if you choose the bottom, you'll be lining up in front of the 99. If you choose the top, you'll be lining up in front of the 48. Is that right? Yeah. So the bottom, you'll be putting 2 Roush cars. If you line up top, you'll be putting 2 Roush cars together down bottom versus us and Jimmy up top, I guess is what I'm saying. The top row would be us, Jimmy, Jeff. If you choose to split up the Roush cars, it'd be us, Edwards, Kenseth. But 1 to go to line. I like the bottom because I can crowd them on a straightaway and basically hold them still. They crowd me in the corner, but I got the shorter distance. So it's tough. Yeah, man, I'm with you. I don't know the right answer here. So I think you have to go with what you feel is going to give you the best chance. And I'll support whatever decision you got here. The bottom row's been doing pretty good, bud. Yeah, as much as I'd love to be with my teammates and be able to depend on them. Yeah, I like your odds shortest distance.
Out of the race, Martin Truex, engine. Clint Boyer, engine. David Gilliland, Eric Almirola, Michael Waltrip, Danica Patrick, Kyle Larson, Michael Annett, all with crash damage. Tony Stewart, David Reagan, many laps down after repairs. So too Paul Menard, Casey Kane, and A.J. Allmendinger.
Now, most of our leaders pitted with 50 to go, which is well outside the fuel window, but I think with the number of cautions, everybody will be good to go.
82 miles left to race, 32 laps. Dale Earnhardt Jr., Carl Edwards, Greg Biffle in the 16, trying to deny Jr. his 2nd Daytona 500 victory. But that Chevy is out in the wind. We saw early in the race on a restart Kurt Busch get out too far ahead, and the field passed him by.
Yeah.
What'll happen to Junior here?
I think he's just right. He made a nice restart there. He's going to be able to work whichever line is coming. He can move to the right or the left. And so I think that restart was perfect. He didn't get so far that they got a big run on him.
You know, after qualifying last Sunday, I think we were asking, where are the Hendrick drivers? Well, I think we found them. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is up there leading, and Jimmy Johnson and Jeff Gordon, the 48 and the 24, they're right there in the thick of things as well.
Well, yeah, but the guy in the 20 car, Matt Kenseth, we know how strong he is down here, Larry, and he had trouble down here, or had trouble earlier in the race with the right rear tire, and I knew there was something wrong. That's why he fell back. But now you got Kyle Busch's teammate, you got the 20 car of Kenseth, and the Gibbs's cars are starting to group up to make a run here.
Biffle on the inside of the front. Kyle Busch made a nice move in that 18 to pull up behind Matt Kenseth. Those two Toyotas you spoke of. It's Chevy versus Ford on the front.
And plus Hamlin is lurking over there behind the 24 of Jeff Gordon. So all of a sudden it looks like it's going to be a Hendrick Roush Gibbs battle here.
Matt?
Mike, Carl Edwards stayed out in the last caution, but when he did pit the previous stop, Jimmy Finnick told him before he even left pit road, save fuel, save fuel, save fuel. They were going to be a little over a lap short. Carl went into fuel conservation mode. Then when they got the caution, they are good to the end, as is Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch. The biggest concern, are they good for a green-white checker?
If we can't complete the distance and we're under caution at 200 laps, NASCAR will make up to 3 attempts to end this race under the green flag.
We just saw Reed Sorensen in that 36 car, Tommy Baldwin Racing. There he is running in the 7th position here with 30 laps to go in the Daytona 500.
And if he finishes in the top 10, guess what? Kids eat free at the old Golden Corral.
Coming around to 29 laps to go. How about one more? Need for Speed, crank it up. Need for Speed in theaters everywhere, March 14th. Looking back from Dale Earnhardt Jr. at Greg Biffle's Ford.
Boy, that 88 car is strong, Larry. That restart, he got out there. He can go on either lane. He can go left, he can go right. But here comes that 16 car. My gosh, did you see that side draft? What a thing of beauty. That was perfect.
He went right up against Dale Earnhardt Jr., right to that cushion of air, and then it catapulted him off the 88
and he
car.
Busted right out of that bubble of air and took the lead.
Now he has his teammate at Roush Fenway, Carl Edwards, right behind him, with Junior on the outside in a Chevrolet.
I still just think the guy that kind of keep an eye on is that 20 car. We know how strong those Toyotas are, and he's got himself up there right in the third spot. And he might be a guy that can make some moves. We've seen the 11 do it. We've seen him do it.
And Biffle up high in front of Earnhardt. Here comes Edwards. Biffle down low. Greg Biffle everywhere.
They're going to have to change the bearings out that steering column after this racing Greg Biffle's car.
Yeah, they just have to put a cooler on the old steering box. Keep her nice and cool, because Biffle will wheel that thing to death.
Eric Almirola back in the race after crash damage repaired. Brian Vickers onto pit road. 26 laps left. If Mother Nature allows.
Oh, I think we're going to make it to the end. I don't think there's any problem there.
But sure. Darrell, every driver in that pack is driving like it's the last lap, because it could be.
Well, they may not be as confident as I am we're going to make it to the end, but there goes Carl Edwards in the 99. He said he's going to get up there and get him a little lead.
Three wide, big stack up here.
He's got Matt Kenseth right with him in that yellow 20 car.
Matt's car's a little dicey. Matt's car moves around a little bit more, and I'd like to see it move around, but I think that's because it's just nice and free, and he's probably running. It makes it run fast.
When I look at this wad of cars, 3 by 3 by 3 by 3, it's not Mother Nature that has me concerned right now.
Still lined up inside door. 48's trying to get to you there. 48 is not clear to the middle yet. 20 is clearing the mirror, though. 20 is clearing the mirror.
Getting to be hold your breath time in the 56 Daytona 500. 21 laps to go. Ford, Chevy, Toyota leading the way, and look at that pack. It is 1 second from first to 22nd place.
Yeah, you know, Mike, all this race long, you had to be able to, you want to be given and taken. You had to give, and now if you give, you're going to get taken out. That's really what it comes down to. You can't give anymore. You're going to get taken out if you do.
"50 miles of racing remain." And here's your sprint, 20 to go. On point, Carl Edwards in that Roush Fenway Ford number 99. Hasn't been to victory lane since Richmond right after Labor Day. Hungry for a Daytona 500 win.
But Matt Kenseth in that 20 car, he faded about the middle portion of the race, back up near the front here with 20 to go, trying to get his third Daytona 500 win.
I thought the strongest car I've seen in the latter part of this race has been that 88 car. I know right now he's running in third place, but he's been able to get the lead and get by people, pass people. I like an Earnhardt at Daytona.
22 cars are in position to win it. If Lady Luck rides along and they can get to the front of this lead lap, that's your sprint. 20 to go.
Tell you another driver that has kind of appeared on the scene now that we're 20 to go. We call him the closer. We call him Mr. Where Did He Come From? Kevin Harvick in that 4 car sitting there working on the top 5 right now.
Krista?
Something else to keep in mind, he has the freshest tires of the leaders that are out there. He pitted just a little bit after the rest of the guys. He also has more fuel than anyone, so should it go to a green-white checker, Harvick has plenty.
Yeah, he's got a nice insurance policy there with the fuel and the tires.
He and Jeff Gordon both pitted on lap 152.
Yeah, if we go to green-white checkered, or overtime as we like to call it, about everybody else up there, they would be in trouble as far as Sunoco race fuel.
You know, Larry, you think about Carl Edwards. Remember what a rough speed weeks he had last year. And we spent all Friday morning together doing a media tour, a satellite media tour. And Carl, I got to tell you, Larry, he's not an emotional guy, but he got a little emotional about talking about winning this race for Jimmy Finning and for Ford and how he wanted to get back to victory circle. He wants this badly.
Jimmy Finning, his crew chief, won this race with Bobby Allison back in 1988.
And look at the 36. Who would have thought? Reed Sorensen for Tommy Baldwin Racing up in the top 4 with 17 to go. Like I've said, anybody can win this 500. And he's not just anybody. He's a talented young driver from Georgia. He's hooked on with a full-time ride and helped re-energize that whole race team.
That team had a top 10 finish here a year ago.
Trouble, Trevor Bayne's around. Big crash for Bayne. Past winner of the 500, and with 17 to go.
Guys up to just hold the brake. Hold the brake.
We're under caution for the 5th time.
What a bad break for the Wood brothers.
Running 16th.
Right up in the thick of things here late in the going. Tough break. Window net's coming down, so that's a good sign.
Here's the previous lap, Darrell. Now watch Trevor Bayne right in the middle of your picture and see if there is some contact here. This is the lap before the crash.
Kurt Busch right in front of him. Oh yeah, the 11 got into the left front fender and
here's what ends up happening one lap later.
Let's see if we can see anything happen to that left front tire. No, the car just gets loose. Car does a little wiggle right there. It gets loose. He tries to catch it, and he can't do it. It turns and goes right into the outside wall.
Darrell, he was on the inside of Kurt Busch in that 41 car, and we've seen it so many times. It's almost like that was just pulling Trevor Bayne's car around.
It does. We saw he must be a little bit loose, and then he got on somebody got on his right rear quarter panel right here, the 41 car, and it just pulls the car around.
51, Justin Allgaier, the rookie, a little luckier this time. He squeaks by.
See that little bobble he had before he spun the thing? It just sucked him around.
Just keep working them switches. Save all you can for me, please. I know you are. Are you having fun? It's kind of fun out there. Yeah, but this is for the big prize, man. It's hard not to be nervous. It's hard to enjoy it. That's why I asked, because I wasn't really enjoying it. I was seeing a few where I'm enjoying particular pieces of it, but the entire experience is driving me crazy. Yeah, 10-4, bud. Whatever happens, man, you drove a hell of a 500 miles, man. Done a great job. You got us in position. That's all we can ask. We come down here 2 weeks ago to be where we're at here with 15 to go. That's perfect. Yeah, it's been a show.
13 laps to go. Green flag. And Dale Earnhardt Jr. brings him through the restart zone, past the start-finish line, and he drops down in front of teammate Jimmy Johnson.
48 is clear. Good job. 4 is clear behind the 48. The 4 and the 2 are both clear in your mirror. 48, 4, 2, all clear in your mirror.
They timed that out beautifully. Junior needed to get down in front of Jimmy Johnson in a 48. He did. Those guys are going to be hard to handle here at the end of this race.
Going to be 12 to go at the line this time, man. 12 to go.
Jeff Gordon up the outside with Denny Hamlin. This could get interesting as Kevin Harvick comes up to cover the spot.
Yeah, both the Joe Gibbs drivers of Denny Hamlin, the 11, Matt Kenseth in the 20, jumped up there, but then Jeff Gordon in the 24 goes back to the bottom line.
Man, they are tight off of turn 2 over there. Boy, not much room at all. Woo! Hang on, fellas.
The last 9 Daytona 500s that went the distance, 8 times we had a caution in the last 10 laps.
But Larry, look at I know I've said this already, but look who's at the front now. We've had different guys lead this race, run up front all night long. But when it comes down to showtime, when it comes down to who's going to get the big trophy, the Harley Trophy, who's always going to be in the front?
11 laps to go. This restart, where Dale Earnhardt Jr. times it to get out just ahead of Jimmy Johnson, enough to slide down in front of his teammate and try to hold everybody off.
Well, one of the things I don't like, and they've been getting away with it, fine, that's all good, but I don't know how much longer it can last, are some of these quick moves. Double moves cause double trouble. And swinging down in front of somebody and swinging back to the outside, they're going to have to watch that as it gets closer to the end here.
Krista, how about that second place car?
Wait, Jimmy Johnson.
Kurt Busch goes for a spin off turn number 4, slides toward the inside. We're staying green as the starter flashes open hands. 10 laps to go to the field as they head off to turn number 1. Busch is in the grass, sliding around to pit road. Wheels are on the pavement. Maybe he can get it out of harm's way. Field out of turn 2.
I don't know, the 41, yeah, he got it fired up. He's backing up. He's in the pit lane, so he's definitely going to get going.
Jeff Gordon down to the bottom in the 24, and now it is 3 Hendrick Chevys. 1, 2, 3 on the inside. Kurt Busch got away. We stay green. 9 laps to go.
There comes Kevin Harvick in that 4 car, though. Jimmy Johnson jumped up in front of him in that 48.
The strongest cars we've seen down here are all at the front right now. The 11's there, Hamlin, the 4 of Harvick. We've seen Dale Jr. The strongest cars that have been here all week are at the front of the field right now. One of those guys is going to win this race.
And the best drivers, Darrell. The 4 drivers in the front have a combined 7 Daytona 500 wins between them.
These are the guys that know how to win the Daytona 500. The guys you see at the front right now. Jeff Gordon has, what, 3 wins down here. Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon got 2 wins, sorry. Jimmy Johnson's got 2. I mean, these guys are good. Dale Jr.'s got 1.
8 laps to go. Harvick knows the way to victory lane. And trying to get there, Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Reed Sorensen still there with Matt Kenseth and Carl Edwards in the top 10.
Yeah, Reed didn't get a great restart. He kind of fell back through the field there, but man, that old 36 car, it comes up through the middle pretty good.
Look at Brad Keselowski in that 2 car just pushing Jeff Gordon in that 24.
And still in that lead pack, we talked to him at the top of the day, talked about him, Terry Labonte in his 32nd and final Daytona 500. He's still within 1.2 seconds of the lead.
Hey, it's your last race. Make it a good one, buddy. Texas Terry.
Jeff Gordon jumps to the outside in the 24 car, trying to take his 2nd spot away from Keselowski.
7 laps to go, looking back from Dale Earnhardt Jr. at Brad Keselowski. 1-2.
Boy, you make the wrong move. Jeff Gordon made somewhat of a bad move there, and it's going to cost him.
And I keep seeing Kyle Busch in that 18 car talking about drivers that want to win the Daytona 500. It wasn't that many laps ago. He was a lap down. Here he is fighting in the top 5.
Man, look at those cars move around. We're running over 200 miles an hour, and these guys are using every bit of the skill they have. They're trying to, got another car.
Up goes Ryan Newman. Justin Allgaier, Brian Scott, Terry Labonte. Cole Witt.
Right at the back of the field.
Unless they can get this cleaned up in a hurry, this is not going to be good for those drivers up front that are very marginal on fuel.
Parker Kligerman involved as well. Both the Swan Racing cars torn up in this one.
Well, they did that earlier in the week, and they were just lucky to piece everything together to make this Daytona 500. And now they've got a couple of more torn up cars. What a bad bunch of luck for them.
6th caution flag with 6 laps to go. And Terry Labonte's dreams of winning the Daytona 500.
It's no coincidence. It's no coincidence, Mike and Larry, that you get down to the end of the race, we have these kind of things happen. I mean, like I said, you just can't give anymore. Whoa, it looks like the 3 car of Austin Dillon got into the back of the 31, gave him a shove, and it got him loose.
And I think Ryan Newman in the 31, Darrell, was checking up for something in front of him.
Plus, it just as he was about to turn off in the corner as well.
Got a little bump.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. trying to win the Daytona 500 yet again.
All right, so we talked about this. It's the 2:24.18. So if you start on the inside, you'll be in front of the 24. If you start on the outside, you'll be in front of the 18. And you'll be putting the 2 in front of the 24. Yeah, I'll go on the inside with my teammate. Yes, that would be my vote. That would be my vote. No matter what happens, I think that's the place you want to be. And you just see what the run looks like coming to the line.
Whoa, Joe Jr. just picked up a big piece of trash on his grill.
Looks like a trash bag or something.
Looks like a trash bag.
Or perhaps a piece of bear bond, that came off Ryan Newman's car.
My gosh, if it's bear bond, it'll stick there and you can't get it off.
That's right. That stuff is so sticky.
Yeah, you need to get right up behind the pace car. Something come up on our grill. Make sure you have the electric fan off and get right behind the pace car. Big piece of trash. Still on there, it's getting hot. Oh, it's not cycling the motor. It's like 1 for 50. All right, well, you're going to be taped about half solid for this run, so just keep cycling it for temperature reasons. About half tape solid. I don't care if the gauge starts flashing, you just stay in it. Got me? Yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, don't be sorry. Just stay in it. We'll be fine. They build good ones. It'll make it.
Hey guys, this could be an advantage. He's only got to run 3 laps. That's going to make his car more slippery aerodynamically. He's in the front. This could help him a little bit. It's not going to overheat in 3 laps, I don't believe.
No, I don't either. And I tell you, I think you're right, Mike. I think it'll help him.
Well, especially with him being out front and getting some air into that grill. But yeah, the more you can block that up, the faster it's going to run down the straightaway. So I wouldn't even worry about that. I don't even know if I'd even told him about it.
Well, you know what? What are you going to do about it? You can't pit.
Now, most of what you see in black on the front of that car is not grill opening. The grill opening is a narrow slit within the grill area, and it has hardware cloth or mesh right in it. So pretty narrow is the amount of actual opening to the radiator there. And from what I can see, that bear bond is not covering it very much.
Yeah, I think we're going to get the 1 to go next time for sure. We got it now. Lights are out, buddy. Oh, okay, you're right. We'll go green next time. All right, next time will be 2 to go. This is not a green-white checker, but it's 2 laps to the finish. Tell Jeff to, on his start, I'm going to wave him. Just push me all the way into 1.
Brad Keselowski for Roger Penske, trying to give the captain his 2nd victory. And remember, it was Dale Jr. who gave Keselowski his big break to drive Junior's car in the Nationwide Series. Now, right behind them, Jeff Gordon, the 24.
Coming to the green here. Are the control car. All right, bud, we're going to go right at the beginning of the restart box. Jeff's going to be right on you right there. We are 5 from it. He's coming to you right now. Get ready. Green, green, green.
Green flag, 2 laps.
Side bumper, you're pulling him. You're clear. You're clear. 24 is not. Big push on the bottom. All the help from the bottom. 24 is going to clear him. The 24 is not going to clear him.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. gets to that restart box, and he is gone.
Yeah, that car is, I mean, it takes off. Now, he definitely doesn't want to get too far out. We know that's not good. And he is making a pretty good gap here.
Here comes the 2. Brad Keselowski on the outside. Got a little bit of help from behind. Gaining on the leader. Junior comes up to cover. Jeff Gordon now leading the inside row. Unless Keselowski or Busch or Denny Hamlin in the 11 drops down, it's Hamlin.
What a move by Hamlin.
Woo-hoo. Now, if we get back to the white flag, we have a race. Look at Stenhouse in that 17 in the middle, back and forth. And
boy, he just shoved Kyle Busch right out of the way. Ricky Stenhouse in that 17 to third place.
White flag with Stenhouse up in position to challenge in that blue Ford.
You know what, Larry? I believe that tape's going to stay on there, and that baby's going to come home a winner.
Denny Hamlin has not lost a race this week. He's number 11. Keselowski, the 2012 champ, battling back to the top. And Dale Earnhardt Jr., the Pied Piper of Daytona, trying to hold them all at bay.
And Kyle Busch was trying to make a third line at the top of the racetrack.
Boy, here they come. Now, this is where it gets interesting. We've seen a lot of passes off turn 4 to the start-finish line, but that 88 is pulling away.
Less than a mile to go.
Oh, we got a wreck.
Third-generation star Dale Earnhardt Jr. brings him to the flag. Checkered flag waving. It's over. It's Earnhardt.
Oh, yeah! Woo! We're going to turn this one down. Yes! Woo! Be careful, boys. Be careful. They're wrecking in the grass here. I love you, man. I love you. Thank you. What a day! What a day! Unbelievable!
Now, the caution flag waved before Earnhardt took the checkered flag. Officially, the race ends under yellow. NASCAR will review
I cannot believe it! Unbelievable!
They'll review all photographic and video evidence. It'll be a while before we have an order of finish. Reed Sorensen is okay. Carl Edwards moving around in his car.
Yeah, man, we won it. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Unbelievable. There were crash cars on the front stretch, so be careful there. But other than that, show me something. God, I want to see some donuts.
The Pied Piper leads them around for the final lap.
And then how can you take some bad luck? Get something on your grill with 3 laps to go, a piece of tape. You couldn't come down pit road and put a piece of tape on there and do any better.
The black number 3 returned to Daytona this week. Where'd that big piece of black tape come from?
Man, can you believe it, Steve? Man, you know how many second places I got here? I can't believe this. This is better than the first one. Holy cow, man, we just won the 500. I know! Oh, my God.
Remember, in the offseason, his crew chief Steve Letarte said to Dale Jr., "This is our final season together. Let's make it memorable." They already have.
It's awesome, dude. I can't quit watching you right now.
Steve Letarte, his crew chief.
A champion of the Daytona 500.
I've said it and I've said it and I've said it. Those two guys are going to do a lot of good things this year together because they know what it means.
But Dale Earnhardt Jr. has gone winless in 4 of the last 5 years. Won't be able to say that about 2014.
Or keep counting his runner-up finishes in the 500 because
that 88
back
car,
to victory lane.
That thing could get out front, and he could just go from one side to the other. I mean, he was just had a fast car at the end of the day.
I believe Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s got a little celebration planned here.
See what he's going to do. He's not a whole lot he can do right now. The whole front straightaway is full of wrecked cars.
He is saluting the fans and coming all the way down the front stretch, reminiscent of when Alan Kulwicki won his first Cup race and did a self-styled, as Kulwicki called it, Polish victory lap. It's the wrong way around, but it puts your face right in front of the fans where he can look them in the eye and hear them cheer.
You know what I love? I mean, to see Dale Jr. that excited, to see him just pumped, man, about winning that race, and he should be, but look at him. He's like a little kid in there.
Yeah, I don't know
enjoying
if I've
every minute
ever
of it.
seen him that pumped up.
No, I haven't either, Larry. It's just so good.
And the biggest hug to Steve Berg, the gentleman at Hendrick Motorsports that works entirely on the restrictor plate super speedway program. Dale Jr. 10 years ago celebrated out in the grass here at the Daytona International Speedway, his first 500 win. And a hug with the big man himself, owner Rick Hendrick. Dale, does your second Daytona 500 win take on even greater significance considering the journey you've traveled over the past 6 years?
Yeah, I think so. Man, this winning this race is the greatest feeling that you can feel in this sport. And aside from obviously accepting the trophy for the championship, I didn't know if I'd ever get a chance to feel that again, and it feels just as good, if not better than the first, because of how hard we tried year after year after year, running second all them years, wondering why and what we needed to do. And I got to get my head together. I got to thank National Guard, Diet Mountain Dew, all our sponsors, Kelly Blue Book, Chevy and Sprint, and my team. This race car was awesome. We showed them there all night long how good a car we had, and it's because these guys right here putting it together in the shop, man. That thing would do anything. We could fight off battles after battles. And we got a little help at the end from Jeff to get away on that restart and just sort of try to take care of it from there. It was, this is amazing. I can't believe this is happening. I'll never take this for granted, man, because this just doesn't happen twice, let alone once. So just real thankful. Thanks to all my fans out there for supporting us. We pretty much might be in the chase. Ain't got to worry about that. Get that off our chest, and we're 2 times Daytona 500 champion.